Who is the Amazon of real estate? And there's a hint, it's not Zillow, right? It's not Zillow. Now, what do I mean by the Amazon of real estate? Well, let's look at an example. Who do you think is worth more, Hilton Hotels International or Airbnb? Now, Hilton Hotels International owns a lot of rooms and Airbnb doesn't have any. The market capitalization of Hilton Hotels when I made this video was $30.87 billion, not too shabby. How much is Airbnb worth? And the answer is $88.25 billion. So Airbnb is worth almost 3 times as much as Hilton Hotels, but Airbnb doesn't actually have any rooms. Now, Realogy is a company that is in real estate that you might not have heard of. They're not what I would call a household name. Most real estate agents don't know who Realogy is, but everybody knows the brands they own. They own Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Better Homes and Gardens, ERA, Sotheby's, Coldwell Banker Commercial, the Cochran Group, the National Realty Trust, that's NRT, owns Zip Realty and Klein Realty. They own Cartus, which is a huge relocation company, and they own a group of title companies. Sounds pretty good. They must be worth a lot of money. Their market capitalization, that's the value of all their stocks right now, is just under $2 billion. Now, how about RE/MAX? RE/MAX, and now between RE/MAX and Keller Williams, both of them claim that they're the biggest real estate company in the world for residential real estate. They both do. We don't know what Keller Williams is worth in terms of market capitalization because it's a privately held company right now. But RE/MAX isn't. RE/MAX is in over 100 countries and territories, has over 120,000 agents, and their market capitalization is 715, almost 16 million, right? Million, not billion. And then you have EXP International, EXP World Holdings, EXP Realty, EXP Commercial, Virbela, which is a virtual workplace. It's a platform that is designed to compete with Zoom and things like that. They have an IDX, they have express offers. What is EXP worth? And the answer is $10.8 billion. Right now, EXP doesn't actually have a brick and mortar building. So to recap, Realogy, with all of those brands and all of those offices, is under $2 billion. RE/MAX is not even 800 million. And the market capitalization of EXP is over $10 billion, 5 times more than Realogy. Recently, there was an article in the Motley Fool, which is analyzing investments, asking the question, who's the Amazon of real estate? And of course, Amazon is in housing, they're in automobiles and things like that, but they're not into real estate. And so they were looking in the article, is it Zillow, is it Redfin, is it Opendoor? And the conclusion is it's none of those, it's EXP. Why? Well, first of all, let's look at revenue growth. Zillow's revenue growth was from year over year going to the third quarter of 2019 to 2020, their revenue growth was 11%. Redfin, of course, isn't that a big name? Their revenue growth was, well, 0.7, not even 1%. But the revenue growth of EXP in that same period of time, almost 100%. Why is EXP World winning? Why are they winning? And one of the differences is that it says here, EXP World is not trying to reinvent the wheel. Unlike Zillow and Opendoor, they don't own any properties. So Zillow, when they talk about their income and they talk about $745 million in revenue, that sounds bigger than EXP. But as it points out, the accounting of Zillow's revenue numbers includes the value of the houses the company owns and then sells. EXP's numbers are simply based on commissions, and it sold over $23 billion worth of housing in the most recent quarter, dwarfing Zillow. So anybody can have Well, anyhow, EXP World, this is the important line, is significantly larger operation than Zillow already. And instead of catching up in house sales, Zillow is actually falling behind. What's going on at EXP that's caused this phenomenal growth? Well, one of the things is the platform was built to help realtors sell houses. Now it says in this article, which was from a few weeks ago, 36,000 agents, it's over 40 right now. And EXP agents are on an 80-20 commission split until they pay $16,000 to the brokerage. That's the cap. Remember my example of an $800,000 house, and it sells and the gross commission is $20,000. If it were an 80-20 commission split, it means the agent would get $16,000 and EXP would get $4,000. Now, what that would mean is that if you sold 4 $800,000 houses under that model, EXP would have received $16,000, and as an agent, you'd get 100% of the commissions after that, 100%. But it gets better. Out of the $16,000 that EXP got when you capped, they give back half of that, $8,000 to the agents. Why? Because let's say you, as an EXP agent, introduce somebody else to EXP, and they also sell real estate, you're going to get 3.5% of the future commissions, as long as that person hasn't capped, because then they're not contributing any more money, but that resets every year. That's why this is the conclusion of the investment article, why EXP World is rocking right now, but Redfin is not. They have a superior compensation structure for top agents, and in general, there is far better execution at EXP World. They have introduced express offers to compete with iBuyers, so if you want to sell your house quickly, we have that option. Looking at our growth, as of the end of December 2020, we had 40,000 agents. You can see we're on an upward trend. We were voted for 2021 as one of the best places to work by Glassdoor. We're international and adding more locations, literally like every few months. We're now into India, Mexico, Canada, all over the world. And we're closing with phenomenal growth at the end of 2020. Most profitable quarter was the third quarter that we've ever had. We've acquired some technology companies. We've established a commercial division, and we're launched our global expansion, which is